What's up, degenerates? Mad Merrigan here for Cold Bear Sports. Right, we've a busy day tomorrow. Plenty of selections for YouTube. First, I just want to touch on a couple of selections. The one the night before at Linkfield last night, we had a late selection on the Patreon service. Just absolutely painful. A horse called Karna, trained by John Butler, put it up as a 7 points win bet at 6-1. You know, knew the horse was an absolute good thing. He goes off 13-8 favourite at the off. Like, find the max bet with the max value, punish the bookie, plough into him. And yeah, what can you say? Just the jockey gives it an absolute stones of a ride. I'm not one to give out about jockeys, but you're riding a horse that one of the biggest plunges of the year is on. Gets caught 3 wide the whole way coming out of the stalls, and then challenges 6 wide into the home straight, and the horse flies home like a rocket just to be beaten. It's very, very painful, you know, just the way my luck is this week. You know, last week as well, I tipped up Kai in Chester. Just an absolute, like, a group horse in a handicap still gets bet. And today on the service, I had a horse, I gave a 25-1 shot a chance, or 22-1 shot a chance. He's running a lovely race today in Gorham Park, and he gets caught behind one horse in the race that's coming back. He gets caught behind him on the rail. I don't know why he didn't pull out. He turned in, there was loads of room to pull outside him. However, jockey just head down and followed the one horse that, yeah, wasn't travelling. And then I had another selection, Pumpkin Pirate. Never ran a bad race in his life, and then he pulls up today. So it's just been one of those weeks, lads. No matter what we do, it's just so frustrating. But anyway, we bounce back tomorrow. YouTube today, we had a horse run very well in the first race at York Forza Orta. Just found the favourite too good. And then we had a non-runner, and then we had that free bank. Oh, we had Dragon Symbol. What a shocker he ran there. I'm sure Connections will be very disappointed on first run for the stable. And then Fabrique en France in Perth. He got beat. I was listening to it on the radio. I didn't watch it. So anyway, just one of those nightmare runs. But look, that's the game we're in. It's not a sprint. It is a marathon. And we bounce back tomorrow. Right. The 1 o'clock at Salisbury, I want to give a chance here to an outsider, Major Valentine, 11-1, a pint each way. I thought he ran in Chepstow over 5 the last day, stepping back up to 6. And yeah, I just don't think he was really asked any questions the last day. Holly Doyle rode him. He kind of just got outpaced and she wasn't hard on him. So I'd say it might stand to him, that run. Back up and trip. In a wide open race, I'll go a pint each way in the 1 o'clock at Salisbury, Major Valentine. Right, then in the 150 at York tomorrow, Copper Knight. How could you not love this 8-year-old? Absolutely, just one of a kind horse. Might have needed his comeback run, and I expect a decent run out of him tomorrow. We'll go a pint each way. The Copper Knight can blaze the turf, and yeah, maybe bounce out and make all and not get caught. Right, he is 8, but I'm not worried about his age. He had a really good year last year, and he could, well, have a decent one again, and he really handles York well. Right, then in the 345 at Salisbury, this is an interesting enough runner. Loudspeaker hasn't set the world alight yet. He has been a little disappointing. He's owned by the Queen. I'm sure Connections will be looking to get the win. However, when you go through the pedigree, it is by a Dailami mare. It's out of a Dailami mare. So by recorder, you would think that with the Dailami in the mare side, the step up to 1.5 miles now is really going to suit this horse. It is a trappy enough little race, but a 4-1, I'll give him a chance. A pint win, Loudspeaker. And then in the 6-10 at Chelmsford, a horse called Scott Lang. Paul Flynn trains this horse. He has some really good flat form. Not really bred to go jumping, But coming from the stable, I know how well Paul schools these horses. He will have done plenty of jumping, so I'm sure he's confident. He thinks the horse can win a maiden hurdle, and his flat form, his last 2 runs have been absolutely undeniable. Very, very good. He had a good win and he had a good place from a wide draw. So Scott Lang, if he takes the hurdling tomorrow, he should be hard to beat. A point win, a 3-1 in the 6-10. And then there's one other horse. Oh yeah, Indian Dream in the 450 at Newmarket. A point win, 15-8. This is first time out. However, it's by Sioux Nation. Michael Bell is starting this lad in Newmarket, so this tells me he's a pretty good horse. And I wouldn't be surprised if we seen a decent type on debut here tomorrow. He had a really nice winner in Nottingham or somewhere. Was it Doncaster or Nottingham? Anyway, bolted in on debut, so he can get them ready first time out, and the sire is just on fire. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there is an extra, we'll give out 6 tomorrow. There's a load of racing. There's a horse in the 425 at Perth tomorrow called Well Planted. Now, if they drop this horse in and produce him on the line, he is absolutely capable of winning. But if they ride him handy and they end up in front 2 from home, he won't win. He's a horse that needs to be put to sleep, and there's a big enough field tomorrow, so he might be able to get plenty of cover. So Well Planted, please, Ryan Mania, if you're watching, drop him in a stone last. Come there, arrive about 5 strides from the line, and yeah, you'll probably win it. If you ride him close to the pace and you end up in front 2 out, 3 out, yeah, you'll finish probably a bad 4th or 5th. Right, that's it for tomorrow. Busy day 6. So yeah, definitely interested in a couple in York for the Patreon service. Like I said, lads, it's just been one of those weeks where no matter what I touch, everything is going bad. But like I said, this game is you know, it's a long game. It's a painful game, but we'll bounce back pretty soon. Just, you know, a lot of good horses, nothing just blowing out and things like that. But when the horse got bet in Lingfield yesterday, you know, I don't know what more I can do. Find a max bet, a horse that I make him an even money shot. He's 6-1. Plough into him, and the bookie still gets the money because of a jockey getting caught 3 wide throughout the whole race and challenging 6 wide into the straight. Like, it's madness. Horse backed off the board. You know, get out of the stalls, get to that inside rail, and no matter who's on your inside, you know, you have to. Yeah, unfortunately, on this day, when a gamble that big is on it, you have to break the rules a little bit and get to the position you need to get to. You know, I wouldn't be waiting for the orange marker. I'd be getting over to the rail and sitting there, and he'd actually, if he had a proper trip, he'd have won by 4 or 5 lengths on the bridle. That's how sick it is. But anyway, we'll move on to tomorrow, lads. Colbert Sports for all your best bets. Stay tuning in, like the videos and subscribe, because bad runs are only you know, they're only short term. And when we bounce back, you know, look, the week before last month, I don't know how many winners I tipped between YouTube and the service. I had three trebles 3 days in a row, things like that. So we're just being punished now a little bit. But yeah, let's bounce back tomorrow with a much better day. All right.